All rise.
Thank you. You guys may be seated. Mr. Miley, please stand for your sentencing. In the case of the United States of America versus Michael Miley, the jury has found you guilty of one count of conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute heroin, a controlled substance. You have been detained here since June 19, 2003, which is approximately 24 months. You have pled guilty to one count of conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute heroin, a controlled substance. You also have 3 prior felony controlled substance convictions and 1 robbery conviction. My task is to figure out what an appropriate sentence would be, somewhere between the 10 years recommended and the maximum of 27 years to life in the Department of Corrections. The factors I will use to come up with your sentence: the main factor would be a deterrence. I need to deter you from being released from prison and deciding to come out and commit those crimes again. I also need to deter the people who are watching from deciding to commit these types of crimes. I also need to figure out how to rehabilitate you so that you can be a productive member of society upon your release. And of course, I also need to punish you for the crimes that you have committed. Now, the court has considered the nature and circumstances of the offense. I have considered those factors in arriving at a sentence for Mr. Michael Miley. Because of 4 prior offenses, the defendant has been labeled a career criminal, and the court concurs with that conclusion. Now, this particular crime involves substantial planning and preparation. The court has considered the defendant's childhood, background, family history in the sentencing and terms for your sentences. So it is ordered that the defendant, Mr. Michael Miley, is to remain in custody for a period of 12 years. Following that release from prison, within 72 hours, Mr. Michael Miley, you are to report to your assigned probation officer or parole officer. Because you have already served 24 months here in our facility, we will go ahead and use those 24 months as time served, which means you will be serving a period of 10 years. And while you are serving that, sir, I'm going to take this time to ensure that you get your GED and that you pick up some type of trade so that you can learn a skill so that once you return home, you will be able to get a job and not have to sell drugs or distribute drugs in order to take care of yourself.